In today's video, we will be making our 8th and final Halloween-themed custom Akedo warrior. Making this final selection wasn't easy. You guys gave me a lot of spooky ideas, and I just wanted to say thank you for always being there. And don't worry, because I will get around to doing each and every one of your suggestions in future videos. So make sure you're subscribed. With that said, let's make a custom Oogie Boogie Battle Giant. Back in my days, kids played with sticks, rocks, and bugs. They drink straight out the water hose and ride their bicycles all day long. And the one thing that scared them the most was the boogeyman. Here it is. I just got this Oogie Boogie figure in the mail, and it looks awesome. Since I won't be trying to save the dome this time, let's totally destroy it. Okay, this isn't really what I was picturing in my head. The plastic is way stronger than I thought it was. Look at how much abuse it can take. Finally got it out. Here are the two figures we'll be using for today's customization. An Oogie Boogie from Domes and a Shatterclaw Battle Giant from Akedo Series 3. The first thing we'll do is cut the heads off both figures. I'm really happy to find this big cavity in the Oogie Boogie head, but it's still pretty heavy, so I'm going to use my Dremel to hollow it out as much as possible. I'm afraid that if it's too heavy, it'll weigh down the armor and keep it from ejecting properly. Next, we need to carve a hole in the armor for our new head to sit in. We'll reuse the top of the head later, so don't lose it. I'm also going to grind down as much of the armor as possible. You'll see why later. The head is a perfect fit, so let's super glue it on. Now that it's dry, we can clearly see there's a lot of material we can remove. I think we're finally ready to install the peg. I really didn't want to do this, but I cut the top of the head off to make this whole process a little easier. I'm going to hot glue the peg onto a pencil, and while holding the armor in the latched position, I'll fully press the peg down onto the spring, then glue it in place. This is an extremely difficult and complicated operation, but it's the only way to ensure that the peg is glued on in the correct position. Everything is working perfectly, so I'll glue the top of the head back on and we'll move on to phase 2, the body. Okay, so Oogie Boogie's head is attached to his armor, but what happens when you knock his armor off? Obviously, he'll lose his head, but what's underneath? If you've ever watched A Nightmare Before Christmas, you already know the answer. At the end of the movie, Jack Skellington rips off Oogie Boogie's burlap sack to reveal a twisting heap of bugs. So that's my plan. After Oogie Boogie gets hit, his armor and head will go flying off to reveal a huge rip in his chest, which is filled with bugs. The first thing we need to do is grind out an indented section into the chest of our figure. This will allow us to glue on the bugs without having them interfere with the armor. And for the bugs, where are they? I know they're around here somewhere. You guys recognize these? They're from Treasure X, and I think they'll be perfect. To guarantee the bugs don't interfere with the armor, I'm gonna cut, sand, and grind as much of their bottom as possible. The first bug will go right onto the button. And after the glue dries, I'll make all the necessary cuts to allow for proper movement. Now, I'll pack as many bugs as I can into the chest cavity. Another thing I wanted to do was beef up Oogie Boogie's offense, but since his hands are already perfectly shaped, I'm just gonna add some air dry clay to them to increase their size and weight. And now, we gotta let them dry in the sun. Oogie Boogie is basically a burlap bag filled with bugs, so to mimic that texture, I'm just gonna grind out horizontal and vertical lines all over his body. Like this. With all the grinding complete and cleaned up, I'll add some air dry clay around the bugs to help create the illusion that his chest is actually ripped open. We're almost ready to paint, but there's one last thing that's really been bugging me. Originally, I wanted to change the shape of the armor to recreate Oogie Boogie's large stature. Here's some deleted footage. That idea got scrapped, but maybe we can do something like that, just not as large. I'm gonna stick with this shape for now, and I can always make changes later. This white material is just a paper towel, but I really like it because its wrinkles and texture make it look exactly like a burlap sack. Adding a coat of super glue to it will turn it into a thin sheet of plastic. I'm gonna prime everything and see how it looks. I think everything looks pretty good, and now we can cut down the armor a little and maybe add some raggedness to it. I think this design captures the essence of Oogie Boogie, and the main thing is that it still functions properly. The paint scheme is pretty easy, and the reason why I'm not airbrushing this one is because my airbrush quit. And I told it that it can't quit because it's fired. Or maybe it just broke. All I know is I need to hire a new airbrush. And here is our custom Oogie Boogie Battle Giant. He's big and mean, and the chances are he's gonna split strike you. I'm not even gonna test him out because in just a few days, Eddie, Clark, and myself will head into the arena to film our first annual Halloween Akedo tournament. It's gonna be a spooky one, and it'll be just in time for Halloween. Who do you guys think will be crowned champion? And more importantly, who will you be for Halloween? Let us know in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and we will see you in the next video.